Hello and welcome back to another Python tutorial. So recently we've finished developing the version 0.0.9 of the software. So within this software, it's now based off the Cleverbot principle of just remembering conversations. Then what it does is it loops through, and when you enter, say, how are you, it will look at every time how are you has been used in its data, and then will try and find whichever conversation is most relevant. If you've been talking about oranges a lot, it will find a conversation which might have been talking about oranges a lot. So it will very much be based on relevance, and then it will try and return the most relevant response to you. So let's get started. Firstly, we need to download the new SHEP software off the website. Simply to download, all you have to do is go to the website, which will be linked in the bio, and on downloads you will click version 0.0.9 and download it. Inside the folder we have a number of Python files, a license, and we also have a bunch of data which has been saved. So what we'll do is run whatever code we want to use within this folder, so we can get access to all the different files. Okay, once we've got it all downloaded, what we want to do is install it. So from AI, that's the code which we've made, import CB. So this will import the bot. So what we'll do then, we'll name it. So we'll call him robot equals CB, and then we want the pathway that we want it to save. So what we can do is import system, and we can do system.path at 0. This will just give us the pathway leading up to where this folder is running. And then we will do plus that and plus I've stored the data in a place called test CB. So this will just have a bunch of data which and other conversations. So we'll do a while true. While true, and we'll do x equals input, and then we'll do print robot.chat and x. Hello. How are you? I'm good, thanks. I see. So that's just previous conversations it's had, and it's learnt off of that. But we want to take that further than just a text chatbot. What we want to do is make an actual voice recognition AI. So to do that, we will be importing the speech recognition module, as SR for speech recognition, to import time, and we want to input. This may only work on Windows, but for audio output, we're going to import this library here. So we'll call that in as engine equals pyttsx3 dot init. So that will just call in a speech to text engine, but then this will only work if we run the code in a console. If you're using something like Linux, you may want to use a different library for audio output. And we'll define them both. So we'll have output, and we'll want to enter in a string, and we'll obviously want it to print that. And we'll have a input, which we're not going to have a string entered in, because what's the point? And what we'll do is we will try, because sometimes there'll be like timeout errors, and we don't want like the whole code just to break, because your internet connection's maybe not on its best. So recognizer. So this is just calling in the object. We're then going to do recognizer.dynamic for so dynamic energy threshold equals false. So this is just going to set the background noise to silent. It will just improve the ability to listen. Then what we're going to do, we're going to have a timer. So we want the timer at 0 just to be 0 with sr.microphone. So with the microphone, the source, we want to adjust it for ambient noise using the source. So once again, this is just going to improve its ability to listen and adjust its listening capabilities. We'll do a print. So that's going to be the, you know how to, or when to speak. T0 equals time dot time. So we want to gather the time that it starts. We want to gather the actual audio, rec.listen, source, and the timeout. We want to time out after 5 seconds if nothing's happening, otherwise it's just going to keep listening. Then we do t1 equals time.time. So now we're gathering the time after that happens. And the total equals t1 minus t0. So this will give us the amount of seconds that it took from here to here, which meant so if you just talk for ages and ages, that's going to take ages to convert, and we don't want that to happen. So we'll do a print done. Then we do if total. Oh no, we need to do that underneath actually gathering the total. So if total is less than 15, so that's 15 seconds, we only want to really convert anything under 15 seconds, otherwise it may just take too long depending on your internet connection. You don't have to do this, you could just have nothing there, but it just depends really on your connection. So now we're going to try again to do something. So we're going to do a try and accept. So we're going to try voice reply equals, in fact we'll design, we'll just call it voice reply equals just an empty string. So we'll do recognize underscore Google. So we're going to be using Google's recognition. New language equals English, Great Britain. Oops. And then we can have like a print, you said, and then just put the string voice reply. If could not understand, so sometimes it may say could not understand, in voice reply dot lower, because we don't want that obviously. Just do voice reply equals nothing. Then we're going to go back to accept. So we could have like an actual accept, like lookup error, request error, and depending on what it is, return something. But to be honest, we'll just say voice reply equals nothing, because if it can't understand, it's just going to be because there's some sort of internet connection, or it doesn't understand what you're saying, and it's pointless really returning that. But once again, with your own systems, you can do what you like. Then if it's not, then it will be sorry, did not get that. So that's if it's greater than 15. And then after that, we can go to the final accept. We do sr.wait timeout error. So this is going to be some sort of issue with listening to the audio. And then we'll just do voice reply equals that. Now it's always like good to avoid just doing try and accept, because if you get like a random error, so I've spelt something wrong in here, it's just going to keep going and not tell me. So it's important to try and just do whatever errors you're likely to get. But sometimes you don't need to, because it's just a formality. So we want to return the voice reply. So for now, let's do the input. Well, in fact, we can add the output as well. So print string, and what we'll do is engine.say string, and then we will do engine.run and wait. So this is part of this library here. The only bits that we're using of the AI library is this one and this. Everything else is just input and output. It's that simple to use. So we'll have to run this in the console, and we'll be using all of this data, which is just previous conversations I've had with it. So let's find a tutorial. So there's some sort of, oh yeah, I put a string in, don't want that. Let's try this again. Hello. Oh, there's an error. So let's have a look. Problem, this causes problems if we're running it in the idle, but we'll have a look. Hello. Oh, I'll tell you what it is. The internet's not connected. Right, go. Okay, so what we also want to do, if x equals that, so if x is not equal to that, we want to output. So as long as it's not blank, otherwise that's going to cause problems. So that's ready to go. Hello.
How's you?
I'm good, thank you.
I am good, thank you.
That is good to hear.
Where are you from?
I am from the UK.
That is nice.
Where are you from?
I am from the UK.
What are you up to?
Nothing much.
What is your favourite colour?
I like the color red.
That is nice.
Thank you.